The stars stretched endlessly over the black void, each one a pinprick of light in the immense darkness. From the bridge of the human exploration ship Aurora, Commander Alara Singh leaned against the railing, her eyes scanning the starfield. For years, humanity had only dreamed of venturing this far from Earth, and now they had crossed into the uncharted regions of the Yelvar sector. The galaxy beyond their charts felt alive, almost aware, and there was an undeniable thrill in the unknown. The crew moved around her, quietly preparing the ship for orbital maneuvers around a strange planet. It was unlike anything on the scanners. The readings suggested a breathable atmosphere, a magnetic field stable enough to support life, and energy signatures that hinted at intelligent activity. Alara felt her pulse quicken. "Prepare a landing team," she ordered. "We might be the first humans to set foot here." Her second-in-command, Lieutenant Merck, gave a sharp nod. "Aye, Commander. Sensors are picking up structures, though they're strange. Nothing like our architecture. They seem organic, almost grown rather than built." Alara's eyes narrowed. "Organically grown cities. Interesting. Keep the scanners focused. I want full analysis before we touch down." The planet's surface slowly came into view through the viewport. It was a world of deep green forests interlaced with sparkling blue rivers that reflected the twin suns overhead. Towering structures rose from the forest canopy, their shapes twisting like the stems of enormous plants, yet their surfaces shimmered with a subtle metallic hue. The entire planet pulsed with a quiet rhythm, as if it were breathing. "Look at that," whispered Dr. Lena Chen, the ship's xenobiologist, her voice a mixture of awe and excitement. "I've never seen life like this. It's coordinated. There's intelligence, but it's unlike anything we've encountered." Alara smiled faintly. "Exactly why we're here, Doctor. We observe, we learn, and we ensure humanity leaves a mark without destroying what we find." The landing team prepared to descend in sleek shuttles designed for both speed and safety. As the first shuttle pierced the upper atmosphere, the planet's surface unfolded beneath them like a living map. The structures glowed softly in the dim light, and strange, translucent beings moved among them, their forms ethereal and ever-shifting. The aliens had long limbs, delicate and seemingly fragile, yet their presence radiated a quiet power. Alara felt a strange sensation as she observed them. These beings were watching, but not aggressively. Their attention was curious, almost tentative, as if they were as fascinated by humans as humans were by them. Merck's voice broke the silence. "Commander, sensors are detecting vocalizations, but they're musical, not language in any form we know, but meaningful, I think." "Doctor." Chen's brow furrowed. "They're communicating, definitely. It's subtle, almost like a song woven into the air. And the energy readings, there's more going on than simple sound waves. They're resonating with the environment itself." Alara's mind raced. Humanity had encountered alien life before, but never this sophisticated. These beings weren't hostile, but they were cautious, intelligent, and aware. Every instinct she had told her to approach carefully, but her curiosity pushed her forward. The shuttle landed smoothly in a clearing near one of the structures. The air outside shimmered faintly, charged with a subtle energy that made the hairs on her arms stand. As the hatch opened, the beings noticed them fully for the first time. They moved closer, their bodies flowing like liquid, but their faces, or what she assumed were faces, showed recognition and cautious welcome. One of the aliens stepped forward, taller than the rest, its form radiating a soft blue light. It raised what appeared to be an arm, and a soft tone resonated through the clearing. The sound was musical, almost like wind chimes carried on a gentle breeze. Alara stepped forward, holding up a hand in greeting. "We come in peace," she said slowly, hoping the universal gesture of openness would translate. The alien's tone changed slightly, modulating in pitch and rhythm. The sound seemed to pass through the air and into the human minds directly. Alara felt an understanding bloom inside her, a tentative, fragile connection. The alien was communicating not just with sound but with thought, with emotion. Dr. Chen whispered, "It's sharing images, I think. Memories of this place, the growth of their cities, the life of the planet." The taller alien inclined its form gently, and the others followed. They circled the humans, curious, observing, cautious but not threatening. Every motion was deliberate, almost ceremonial. Alara felt a thrill of pride and humility. Humanity had made first contact, but it was clear that the aliens held their world with reverence, and they expected the humans to respect it as well. "Commander," Merck said quietly, "their energy signature, it's like they're measuring us, learning who we are but without hostility. We need to be careful not to offend." Alara nodded. She had trained for diplomacy, for negotiations, for crises. But nothing had prepared her for this. The feeling that they were guests in a living world that could respond to them in ways beyond comprehension. She gestured for the team to follow, keeping her movements slow and deliberate. The aliens parted gracefully, allowing passage to the central structure. Its surface rippled as the humans approached, shifting in color from deep green to soft violet. The walls seemed to pulse with life, resonating with the aliens' presence. Inside, the space was unlike any human building. There were no straight lines, no mechanical lights. Bioluminescent plants grew along the walls, shedding gentle illumination. The air was filled with a faint hum, vibrating with energy. The taller alien floated toward a central platform, and as it did, the humans felt a wave of calm wash over them. Alara took a deep breath. "We mean no harm," she repeated, even though she sensed the aliens already understood. "We want to learn, we want to understand. We want to share our knowledge, too." The alien responded with a series of tones, and images filled the human minds again. Visions of the planet's history, the rise of the alien civilization, and their philosophy. They valued harmony above all else, harmony with nature, with life, and with each other. Conflict existed only in distant memories, and they seemed surprised by the very concept of war. Dr. Chen's voice trembled with excitement. "They're showing us everything. Their knowledge, their culture. They're offering understanding without words." Alara felt a surge of admiration for the alien race. Humanity often boasted of its intelligence and ingenuity, but here was a species that had achieved harmony on a scale humans had only dreamed of. And yet she realized humans had something unique to offer: adaptability, courage, and creativity. Perhaps the aliens would recognize it too. A sudden vibration ran through the floor beneath them. The aliens paused, and the hum in the room intensified. Merck's scanner beeped urgently. "Commander, there's an energy spike outside. Something moving in the forest." Alara's eyes narrowed. "Stay alert. Everyone stay calm. This could be an animal or something more." Through the translucent walls, shadowy forms began to move among the trees. The aliens shifted, some coiling their forms protectively around the humans. But the shadows didn't advance aggressively. They observed. Alara realized that the planet itself was alive in more ways than they had imagined. The forest, the rivers, the air. They were all part of the ecosystem that communicated with the aliens. And somehow, she understood, humans had just entered a network of life that was far more intelligent than anything Earth had ever seen. The taller alien extended a tendril toward her, and again the musical tone filled her mind. This time, it was a greeting, a promise. "We see you. We understand you. We welcome your presence." Alara exhaled slowly. Humanity had arrived, and for the first time she felt that being human, curious, brave, imperfect, was something to be proud of. They were visitors in a world that could have easily ignored them, yet the aliens chose to acknowledge them, to connect. As the first day on the planet drew to a close, the humans gathered outside with the aliens. The twin suns dipped toward the horizon, painting the sky in shades of gold and violet. For the first time in centuries of exploration, humans were not just observers. They were part of a larger story, one that stretched across the stars and into the heart of an alien world. Alara looked at her crew and then at the shimmering forms of the aliens. "We've taken the first step," she said softly, "and the path ahead, it will define what humanity truly is." The aliens responded with a gentle chorus, not of words, but of thought, of song, of life itself. And in that moment, humans and aliens stood together, two species connected by curiosity, courage, and the shared wonder of the universe. The night fell, but the glow of the structures and the soft pulse of alien life remained. Humanity had come to a new world, and already the planet had begun to teach them. And somewhere deep in the forest, beyond the reach of scanners and lights, something moved, watching, waiting, perhaps curious about the new guests in its world. Alara's hand rested lightly on the shuttle's railing. "This is only the beginning," she whispered. And for the first time, the universe felt a little smaller, and humanity felt a little larger. The morning sun rose over the alien world with a gentle light, illuminating the forest and the shimmering structures that stretched toward the sky. From the deck of the landing shuttle, Commander Alara Singh watched the twin suns climb higher, casting soft golden hues across the translucent cities. The alien beings moved gracefully around the structures, their forms glowing softly in rhythm with the energy that seemed to flow through the entire planet. Alara turned to her team. "We start exploration today," she said. "We learn, we observe, and we remain guests. Nothing more." Dr. Lena Chen adjusted her sensors and equipment. "I'm eager to see how their life systems work. Everything here, it's connected. The cities, the forest, even the rivers. This is a network of intelligence, I'm certain of it." Lieutenant Merck frowned. "And we need to be careful. The energy spike last night, whatever it was, it could signal something we don't understand. Let's not get too close to unknown areas yet." The team disembarked and stepped onto the soft, moss-like ground. It felt alive beneath their boots, vibrating slightly, as if reacting to their presence. The taller alien from yesterday approached, its form shimmering in soft blue, and emitted the musical tones that had become their first method of communication. Alara concentrated, and slowly, she began to understand. The alien was inviting them deeper into the city, to a central gathering place that humans had not yet seen. Its tones carried a mixture of curiosity and cautious welcome. Merck glanced at Alara, clearly uneasy but trusting her judgment. "If you say so, Commander." As the humans followed the alien, the city unfolded like a living tapestry. The structures twisted and flowed like organic sculptures, and corridors of light connected the different areas. The forest itself seemed to integrate with the city, branches and roots blending seamlessly with the walls. Every movement of the alien beings caused the environment to respond. Leaves glowed, pathways shifted, and the ground pulsed with soft energy. Dr. Chen whispered, "It's like walking inside a living organism. Every being and structure is part of a single network. Incredible." Alara nodded, but her mind was alert. "We are guests here, remember that." They reached a central plaza, a wide open space filled with flowing light and energy that seemed to rise from the ground itself. The aliens gathered around, forming a circle with the humans at the center. Then something remarkable happened. The ground beneath them pulsed rhythmically, and images appeared in the air, not holograms, but visions carried by energy itself. Alara gasped as she saw the planet's history unfold before her eyes. She saw the first alien beings appear from the forests, their forms simple and fluid. She watched them learn to shape the environment, to communicate with the forest and the rivers, and to grow the living cities that now surrounded them. The aliens had achieved harmony over centuries, learning to live with their world in a balance humans had never experienced. Dr. Chen's voice trembled. "They are showing us their evolution, their entire civilization. I've never seen anything like this." Merck frowned. "It's beautiful but also overwhelming. It's like the planet itself is alive in ways we cannot fully grasp." Alara focused on the visions, absorbing as much as she could. Then, a new image appeared, something unexpected. A disturbance in the energy of the planet far in the northern forests. The visions showed a darker pulse, a strange movement among the trees as if something was awakening. The aliens seemed concerned, their tones becoming more urgent. Alara felt a chill. "We need to investigate," she said carefully. "But with caution. We don't know what we're dealing with." The aliens responded with harmonized tones, their forms coiling slightly, signaling that they understood but that the humans would need guidance. A smaller alien floated forward, gesturing for the humans to follow. It moved toward the northern forest, and the humans complied, sensing that this was a rare opportunity to understand the deeper mysteries of the planet. The forest became denser as they approached. Towering trees with translucent leaves created a canopy that glimmered in the sunlight. Energy pulses ran along the branches like rivers of light. The humans could feel the intelligence of the forest itself. Trees, vines, and even the soil seemed to react to their presence. "Doctor." Chen paused, kneeling to touch the ground. "Everything here is alive. Not just the animals or the aliens, but the land itself. I've never encountered anything like this." Merck scanned the area. "There's movement ahead. Something's definitely there, but it's not aggressive." As they advanced, shadowy forms emerged among the trees. They were larger than the aliens they had met, with shapes that seemed both animal and plant, their forms shifting and blending with the environment. The aliens gestured for the humans to stay calm. Alara raised her hand to signal the team, reminding them to breathe and move slowly. The larger beings did not attack. Instead, they observed, their energy pulsing in rhythm with the forest. It became clear that these creatures were guardians, part of the planet's ecosystem, responding to intrusions with caution rather than hostility. The aliens communicated this to the humans through their tones, sharing understanding directly into their minds. Alara stepped forward, extending her hand in greeting. The guardian forms pulsed softly in response, and a wave of understanding passed through her. The planet itself was conscious in a way humans could barely imagine, and these guardians were its voice, its protectors. "Doctor." Chen whispered, "They're testing us, seeing if we are respectful, if we understand the balance here." Alara nodded. "Then we show them who humanity can be, respectful, curious, careful." For the next hour, the humans moved through the northern forest with the aliens guiding them. Every step brought new wonders. Glowing plants that communicated through light, rivers that carried energy instead of water, and creatures that shifted form depending on their emotions. The humans were awed, but they remained mindful of their presence, understanding that their behavior mattered to the planet itself. Suddenly, a soft vibration ran through the ground beneath them. The guardians paused, and the forest seemed to hold its breath. Alara felt the pulse in her chest as well. Then, a bright shimmer appeared among the trees, a natural portal of energy, swirling and radiant. The aliens gestured for the humans to approach, indicating that this was a place of significance. Alara felt her heart race. This portal was unlike anything she had ever seen. It seemed to connect to the core of the planet itself, a direct link to its consciousness. Dr. Chen stepped closer, her voice low. "It's beautiful and powerful. I can feel the life of the planet flowing through it." Merck scanned the portal with the sensors, but the readings were incomprehensible. "Commander, this is beyond our technology. It's like the planet is alive and this portal is its heart." Alara approached cautiously, extending a hand toward the shimmering energy. As she did, the pulse intensified, and a flood of images entered her mind. She saw the planet's history again, this time from a perspective even deeper than before. She saw the evolution of the Guardians, the growth of the cities, and the symbiotic relationship between the aliens and their world. And then she saw something else, a distant part of the planet, far to the north, where the energy pulse had darkened in the visions earlier. The alien's tones filled her mind again, conveying concern. There was an imbalance there, a disruption that could threaten the harmony of the planet if left unchecked. Alara understood immediately. This was why the aliens had guided them here. Humanity, with its adaptability and courage, might play a role in resolving the disturbance. She turned to her team. "We have a choice," she said quietly. "We can help the planet maintain its balance, but we need to be careful and we need to work with the aliens. They are the keepers here and we are visitors." Dr. Chen nodded. "I'm ready. If we can learn from them and protect this world, it's a rare chance for humanity to show what we can do." Merck's expression softened. "We've trained for challenges. Let's approach this with respect and caution, and let's not underestimate what the planet is capable of." The aliens floated around them, guiding them toward the northern region where the imbalance had been detected. As they traveled, the humans realized the enormity of what lay ahead. This world was alive, intelligent, and ancient. It had seen countless cycles of growth and change. And now it had invited humans, not as conquerors but as allies, to participate in its story. The journey was not easy. The northern forests were dense and tangled, with energy pulses that shifted unpredictably. Shadows moved in patterns that were difficult to interpret, and the humans had to rely on the aliens to navigate safely. Yet every challenge also brought awe. Phosphorescent plants that lit their path, creatures that responded to their emotions, and glimpses of the planet's consciousness in patterns of light and vibration. Finally, they reached the source of the disturbance, a clearing where the energy pulse had become chaotic. The Guardians circled and the aliens approached, their tones urgent but calm. The humans sensed the imbalance, a place where natural energy had been disrupted, though not by any malevolence. It was simply the result of a natural shift, something that required careful attention to restore harmony. Alara stepped forward, feeling the pulse in her chest and the weight of responsibility. "We are here to help," she whispered. And for the first time, she understood that humanity's value was not in domination or strength, but in courage, creativity, and the ability to learn. The aliens responded with harmonized tones that filled the clearing, guiding the humans as they began the delicate task of restoring balance. It was a dance of energy, thought, and collaboration, a partnership between species, between humans and aliens, between minds and the living world around them. And as they worked, Alara felt something extraordinary. The planet itself seemed to recognize humanity's presence, not as intruders but as participants in its living story. By the time the suns began to set, the energy pulse had calmed, returning to its harmonious rhythm. The Guardians relaxed, and the aliens' forms glowed softly in acknowledgement. Alara and her team stood together, exhausted but exhilarated, understanding that this day had marked a turning point, not just for humanity, but for the bond between species and the possibilities that lay ahead in the universe. The northern forests glowed with a renewed energy as the humans and aliens began their journey back to the city. Every step was filled with wonder and newfound respect. Humanity had arrived on this world, not merely as explorers, but as collaborators in a grand, living story that stretched across stars and centuries. Alara knew that tomorrow would bring more challenges, more discoveries, and more opportunities to prove that humanity's courage and ingenuity could shine in even the most alien of worlds. And as the stars began to appear above the shimmering cities, she allowed herself a rare smile. The universe was vast, mysterious, and alive, and humanity had just taken its first steps toward a destiny among the stars that no one could have imagined. The next morning, the twin suns rose over the translucent cities, casting long, golden rays across the living structures. Commander Alara Singh stood on the observation deck of the shuttle, watching the forest sway as if the planet itself were breathing. Even after a day of walking through its northern forests and restoring the energy pulse, the world continued to astonish her. Doctor. Lena Chen joined her carrying a portable scanner. I've been analyzing the energy patterns from yesterday, she said. The planet's system is far more complex than we imagined. It's like a network of thoughts and feelings, constantly shifting, responding to every presence. Humans interacting here, it's unprecedented. Alara nodded. And we've already proven we can contribute. That was not just exploration, it was collaboration. We've shown them that humanity can act with care, creativity, and understanding. Merck, leaning against the railing nearby, frowned thoughtfully. Yes, but the northern forest imbalance, that might be just the beginning. The planet is vast, and I can't shake the feeling that there are other areas that might need attention. Maybe ones we won't understand at first. Alara turned to him. Then we learn that's what humans do, adapt, observe, and find solutions. That's our strength. The aliens arrived in their usual serene manner, their soft musical tones welcoming the humans to the next stage of exploration. The taller alien, the one who had first guided them into the city, floated toward Alara and extended a glowing tendril, signaling that they were to follow. Alara understood immediately. There were other areas of the planet where the energy balance needed attention. And this time, the journey would take them farther than before. They moved through the central city, and the humans noticed how the aliens coordinated with the environment. When the humans passed a plaza, the ground pulsed rhythmically under their feet. Plants along the pathways bent slightly toward them, creating a living corridor of light. Every step they took was mirrored by subtle movements in the city, as if the planet itself were acknowledging their presence. Doctor. Chen whispered, it's almost like walking through the thoughts of a living mind. The aliens are not separate from the planet, they are a part of it. Merck's scanner beeped intermittently. I've never seen energy patterns like this. It's adaptive, intelligent, and communicative. But I have to admit I don't fully understand it. Nothing in human science comes close to this complexity. Alara smiled faintly. Then we learn, that's what makes us human, curiosity and determination. We'll understand enough to make a difference, and in doing so, we'll show these aliens that humanity is worth knowing. They left the city and moved into the eastern forests. Unlike the northern region, this area was filled with towering crystal-like plants that refracted sunlight into rainbow patterns across the soft ground. The air was alive with subtle hums, and tiny creatures, almost invisible to the eye, flitted among the flora. The aliens glided ahead, moving gracefully, while the humans followed carefully, aware that every movement could disturb the balance. Dr. Chen knelt to examine the ground. The energy here is different, she murmured. It's dense, almost like a memory stored in the soil. And the plants, they respond to thought. If you focus your attention on one, it reacts. Watch this. She extended her hand toward a crystalline plant, and as she concentrated, the plant's surface rippled, creating a faint glow that moved along its edges. Merck raised his eyebrows. So they can sense intention, Alara watched, fascinated. Yes, but intention alone isn't enough. Respect and care matter too. We're learning how to interact with life in a way we never had to before. The taller alien emitted a series of tones, drawing the humans' attention to a distant grove. The energy readings there were unstable, flickering in irregular patterns. The aliens moved to guide the humans carefully, signaling that the disturbance here was more complicated than the one in the northern forest. As they approached, the humans saw that the grove was filled with gigantic, semi-transparent plants, their roots intertwined in complex networks beneath the soil. The energy fluctuations came from these roots. Some of the plants shivered lightly, responding to the humans' approach, as if asking them to be cautious. Alara signaled the team to spread out, taking careful steps to avoid damaging the roots. We need to understand what's causing the instability without harming the system, she said. Dr. Chen activated a scanning device, which produced gentle holographic patterns showing the energy flow. It's a blockage, she explained. Something is interrupting the natural energy circulation. It's not harmful in intent, more like a buildup of excess energy. But if it continues, it could disrupt the entire ecosystem in this grove. Merrick frowned. So what do? We can't just remove it. We don't know what might happen if we interfere. Alara studied the holographic energy flows. We'll work with the aliens. Their connection to the planet can guide us. We add balance where needed without forcing anything. Humanity can contribute by coordinating carefully and applying logic. We combine our intelligence with their understanding of the system. The aliens began a coordinated series of tones, creating resonances that moved through the grove. The humans followed their guidance, placing their hands gently on the roots and focusing their attention on the energy patterns. At first, nothing happened. Then, slowly, the fluctuating energy began to stabilize. Waves of calm spread through the grove and the plants shimmered in response. Dr. Chen's eyes widened. It's working. The energy is normalizing. Merrick smiled, a mixture of relief and amazement. I can feel it. The grove is alive and it's communicating with us. Not with words, but with understanding. Alara felt a surge of pride. Humanity was succeeding not through force or domination, but by thinking, observing, and cooperating. They had used creativity and patience, human qualities that the aliens recognized and valued. As the energy in the grove settled, the aliens emitted a collective tone of approval. The taller alien floated toward Alara, extending a glowing tendril in a gesture that seemed almost like a handshake. In her mind, she felt the acknowledgement. You are worthy. You can participate in the care of our world. The humans spent several more hours exploring the eastern forest, observing the intricate balance between life and energy, and learning to interact with it without interference. Every moment was a lesson in patience, awareness, and humility. Eventually, they returned to the city as the twin suns began to dip toward the horizon. The sky glowed in shades of pink and orange, and the translucent structures reflected the colors in soft patterns. The aliens moved among the humans, guiding them back to the plaza, where energy flows from the planet converged in a calm, harmonious rhythm. Alara looked at her team. We've learned something important today, she said softly. This planet isn't just alive, it's intelligent. And our role isn't to dominate or exploit. It's to observe, to respect, and to contribute where we can. That's what makes humanity different. That's what makes us valuable. Dr. Chen nodded. I've never felt such a connection to another world. And I've never felt humanity so capable. We're not just explorers, we're partners. Merrick added thoughtfully, and it's clear the aliens see it too. They don't just tolerate us, they trust us. That's rare in the universe. The taller alien approached, its glowing form shifting gently. It extended a tendril toward Alara, and she felt a rush of images. Visions of future collaboration, of humans and aliens learning from one another, of energy flowing smoothly across the planet, balanced and harmonious. The message was clear. Humanity had a place here and their actions could make a difference. Alara felt a deep sense of responsibility. We must continue to learn, she said, and we must continue to show that humans can act with care, courage, and intelligence. As the evening settled, the humans and aliens gathered in the plaza to observe the stars. The twin suns set, leaving a sky filled with distant galaxies and twinkling lights. Alara realized that humanity had taken the first steps toward understanding a new type of intelligence, a living planet and its sentient guardians. They had proven that courage and creativity were as important as technology, and that humanity could rise to challenges that required more than physical skill. Dr. Chen leaned against the railing, watching the glowing aliens move gracefully among the plants. We've only begun to scratch the surface, she said. There's so much to learn, so much to understand. Merrick smiled faintly. And yet, I feel like we're already part of this world, not by conquest but by choice. The aliens trust us and the planet responds to us. That's remarkable. Alara looked at them both, then at the shimmering city and the surrounding forests. Humanity has a chance to shine here, she said. Not because we are the strongest, but because we can adapt, observe, and act with understanding. That's what sets us apart. That's what makes us valuable. As the night deepened, the aliens sang their soft musical tones into the air, and the humans felt the harmony resonate within them. The energy of the planet flowed smoothly, and the Guardians rested peacefully, their watchful forms blending with the surroundings. Alara realized that this was only the beginning. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, new areas to explore, and perhaps new disturbances that required human ingenuity and courage. But for the first time, she understood something essential. Humanity could rise to challenges not by force, but by intelligence, creativity, and collaboration. And in that moment, standing among glowing aliens and vibrant forests, with the stars twinkling above, she felt a quiet pride. Humanity had arrived, not as conquerors, not as intruders, but as partners in a living story that stretched across the galaxy. The night was calm, but the world remained alive, full of energy and subtle motion. And somewhere deep within the forests, beyond the glow of the city and the reach of human senses, the planet watched, learning and preparing to reveal even more of its mysteries to those who were worthy. Alara whispered softly to herself, "We have only just begun." "But we're ready." The twin suns rose slowly, casting long shadows across the translucent city. The morning air was alive with subtle energy, and the humans could feel the rhythm of the planet pulsing beneath their feet. Commander Alara Singh stood at the edge of the plaza, watching the glowing forms of the aliens move gracefully among the structures. Every movement, every tone, seemed part of a greater dance. Doctor. Lena Chen adjusted her sensors and looked at the data streaming on her portable device. "The energy patterns are stabilizing nicely after yesterday," she said. "But the readings also indicate that the Eastern Grove is connected to other regions we haven't explored yet. There may be larger systems at play, more areas where energy is unbalanced." Merck frowned, his brow furrowed in thought. "So the disturbances we've seen aren't isolated. The planet might be dealing with multiple imbalances simultaneously. And we might be the only ones capable of addressing them in ways the aliens can't." Alara nodded. "Exactly. Humanity has something unique to offer. Our adaptability, our problem-solving skills. That's why we've been welcomed here. And that's why we need to explore further." Carefully but fully, the taller alien approached, floating effortlessly through the plaza. Its soft blue glow pulsed rhythmically, signaling the humans to follow. Today, the journey would take them beyond the city, and into a dense region the aliens referred to through their musical tones as the Veil. The humans had no concept of what to expect, but they trusted the guidance of their hosts. The path to the Veil was unlike anything the humans had encountered. The forest thickened quickly, with trees whose trunks bent and twisted like spiraling towers. Bioluminescent vines snaked along the ground and up into the canopy, illuminating the way with soft, flowing light. Every step the humans took caused the forest to respond. Leaves shifted, roots pulsed, and tiny, luminous creatures darted among the foliage. Dr. Chen knelt to examine a root that pulsed in response to her presence. "The energy here is more complex than before," she said softly. "It's like layers within layers communicating with each other. The planet isn't just alive, it's aware of itself in ways we don't understand." Merck scanned the area, noting subtle fluctuations. "There are multiple energy streams intersecting here. If one becomes unstable, it could cascade and affect a much larger area. That's probably why the aliens wanted us here. They need our help in coordinating solutions across multiple zones." Alara kept her focus sharp. "Then we proceed carefully. Follow the aliens, observe, and contribute where we can. We've proven we can handle the forests individually. Now it's time to work together across a wider area." The Vale was a corridor of natural arches formed by interwoven trees, their branches and leaves forming patterns that shifted as if alive. Energy pulses ran along the arches in waves of color, creating a flowing network that stretched far into the distance. The aliens led the humans along this corridor, their tones harmonizing with the natural rhythms, guiding them safely. As they progressed, the humans encountered nodes of concentrated energy. The pulses here were unstable, flickering in ways that suggested interference. The aliens gestured for the humans to place their hands on the nodes, encouraging them to participate in stabilizing the flow. Alara and her team hesitated for a moment, understanding the responsibility. Then, guided by the aliens, they carefully extended their hands. Focusing on the energy, they allowed their minds to coordinate with the patterns, observing how subtle adjustments could influence the flow. Dr. Chen smiled, her eyes wide with amazement. It's working. The energy is responding to us. It's like a living puzzle, and we're finding the solution together. Merck adjusted the sequence of pulses, concentrating on rhythm and timing. Slowly, the flickering stabilized, and the nodes glowed steadily. The aliens responded with tones of approval, their forms pulsing in synchronized harmony. Alara felt a surge of pride. Humanity was not just participating, they were actively contributing in ways the planet recognized and valued. As they moved deeper into the Vale, the challenges increased. Some areas had multiple energy nodes interacting, creating complex patterns that required careful observation and collaboration. One misstep could have caused disruption, yet the humans worked in harmony with the aliens, each action measured, deliberate, and mindful of the living system around them. Dr. Chen adjusted her scanner to monitor the flowing patterns. It's incredible. Every node we stabilize sends a ripple through the surrounding network. One human action here can influence dozens of nodes farther away. It's like playing an instrument but on a planetary scale. Alara nodded. And that's why we're here. Intelligence alone is not enough. Creativity, observation, patience. These are uniquely human traits. The aliens recognize that, and the planet benefits from it. After hours of careful work, the humans and aliens reached the central area of the Vale, where a massive energy convergence pulsed like the heart of the forest. The energy here was vibrant, but unstable, swirling in chaotic patterns. The aliens floated around, guiding the humans to synchronize with the rhythms. Alara took a deep breath. This is the most critical point yet. Everyone stay focused. Observe, feel, and adjust together. We can do this. The team began to work in unison, their hands extended toward the swirling energy. At first, the nodes reacted sluggishly, their pulses resisting control. But slowly, the humans coordinated with each other and with the aliens, finding patterns that brought order to the chaos. Merck adjusted his focus to timing and rhythm, while Dr. Chen concentrated on energy flow. Alara guided the team, ensuring each movement complemented the others. Bit by bit, the swirling energy began to stabilize, forming steady, harmonious pulses that radiated throughout the Vale. The aliens responded with a cascade of tones, filling the corridor with a resonant symphony. Alara felt a wave of satisfaction and wonder. Humanity had succeeded not by force but by observation, intelligence, and collaboration. Dr. Chen turned to Alara, eyes shining. We actually did it. We helped the planet itself regain balance. It's beyond anything I imagined. Merck added, and the aliens, they're recognizing us. Not just as visitors, but as contributors. That's huge. We're part of something bigger than ourselves. Alara allowed herself a rare smile. This is what humanity is capable of. Courage, creativity, intelligence, and respect. That's what sets us apart, and that's why we matter here. But even as they celebrated, a subtle ripple of energy drew their attention to the northern edge of the Vale. The pattern was not chaotic, but it was unfamiliar, something the humans had not encountered before. The aliens gestured for the humans to approach, their tones cautious yet inviting. As they neared, the humans noticed that the energy formed a semi-transparent dome, shimmering with colors that shifted unpredictably. It was unlike the nodes they had stabilized before. The aliens communicated that this area was a natural reserve, a critical hub for the planetary network. Any interference had to be precise, guided by both observation and intuition. Alara studied the dome. We can't just touch it. We have to understand it first. Observe, then act. Everyone ready? The team nodded. Dr. Chen scanned the area while Merck focused on pattern recognition. Alara extended her hand and felt the pulse of energy flow into her mind. The sensation was unlike anything she had experienced. The dome was alive, conscious and aware of their presence. The aliens guided them gently, communicating rhythms and sequences that harmonized with the energy. Slowly, the humans synchronized their focus, blending observation, intuition, and logical reasoning. Each adjustment of energy, each mindful gesture, brought the dome closer to equilibrium. Minutes passed like hours, but the humans remained steady. Finally, the dome stabilized, glowing evenly, its colors flowing in harmonious waves. The aliens responded with a collective tone of approval, a sound that resonated through the minds of the humans like a melody of acknowledgement. Alara exhaled slowly, feeling both relief and pride. We've done it. Humanity has contributed again, not through power or domination, but through intelligence, care, and collaboration. Dr. Chen smiled. And the planet, it responded. It recognized our intentions. That's incredible. Merck nodded. This is just the beginning. If we can continue to work this way, we can help stabilize other regions, learn from the planet, and strengthen our bond with the aliens. Humanity can shine here in ways we never imagined. The aliens floated around them, their forms glowing softly, communicating a shared sentiment, trust, acknowledgement, and hope. Alara realized that this was more than exploration, it was a partnership. Humanity had earned a place in a living system that spanned forests, cities, and energy networks across the planet. As the suns dipped toward the horizon, casting the sky in shades of violet and gold, the humans and aliens rested in the central plaza. The city pulsed softly around them, alive with light and energy, and the forest beyond shimmered in quiet harmony. Alara looked at her team, then at the glowing forms of the aliens. We've proven that humanity can act with intelligence, creativity, and care. That's our strength. That's our place here. The aliens responded with a gentle chorus of tones, resonating through the plaza like a song of approval. And for the first time, Alara felt the full weight of what they had accomplished. Humanity had arrived, not as conquerors but as collaborators, as partners in the living story of an entire world. Night fell, and the stars emerged in the sky above the glowing city. The humans stood among the aliens, feeling the harmony of the planet and understanding that their journey was far from over. There would be more challenges, more mysteries, more opportunities to prove that humanity's courage, creativity, and intelligence could shine even in the most alien of worlds. Alara whispered softly to herself, feeling the energy of the planet flowing through her. We're ready for whatever comes next. The twin suns rose together, spilling golden light across the translucent city. The humans had spent several days learning from the aliens, exploring the forests, and stabilizing the energy flows throughout the Vale. Yet Commander Alara Singh felt a sense of anticipation that today would be different. There was a larger purpose ahead, one that the aliens had been guiding them toward with quiet insistence. Dr. Lena Chen was already busy scanning energy readings from the city's core. Commander, she said, eyes wide with awe, the central network of the planet is responding to our previous work. The patterns indicate a convergence point, a place where all the energy flows meet. It's enormous, and it's waiting. Merck adjusted his instruments. So this is the heart of the planet. The aliens have led us here because they want us to witness it or help in some way. Alara nodded. We proceed carefully, but we can't forget why we're here. Humanity is not just observing anymore, we're participating. That's why the planet has allowed us this access. The taller alien appeared at the edge of the plaza, glowing softly, pulsing with energy that seemed to mirror the planet's heartbeat. Its tones flowed into the humans' minds like gentle waves, guiding them toward a wide corridor that led deep into the city's central structure. The air shimmered with a mixture of light and energy, and every step they took resonated with subtle vibrations. As they entered the central chamber, the humans were struck by the scale and beauty of the place. The walls were made of living crystal, twisting upward like spirals of light. Bioluminescent patterns rippled across their surfaces, reflecting the energy flows that pulsed through the planet. At the center of the chamber, a massive sphere hovered slightly above the ground, glowing with shifting colors that seemed to contain the life force of the planet itself. Dr. Chen whispered, "It's incredible. The entire planet's consciousness concentrated here." Merck's scanner beeped furiously. "I've never seen energy readings like this. It's beyond comprehension. The nodes, the veil, even the forests, they all converge here. This is the true heart of the planet." Alara stepped closer to the hovering sphere, feeling a pulse of warmth and intelligence flow through her. She realized that this was more than a physical space. It was a nexus of life, thought, and energy. The aliens' musical tones filled her mind, and for the first time she sensed the full depth of their communication. They trusted humanity to witness, to learn, and to contribute if necessary. The energy in the chamber pulsed more intensely, and Alara noticed subtle irregularities, small ripples that indicated minor imbalances, likely residual from natural shifts or the distant disturbances they had already stabilized. The aliens gestured for the humans to assist, signaling that their participation was needed. Alara nodded to her team. "We've been preparing for this without knowing it. Let's proceed carefully. Observe, coordinate, and adjust. Every action matters." The humans approached the hovering sphere, feeling the energy wrap around them like a living presence. Dr. Chen extended her hand, and the sphere responded, sending ripples of light that mirrored her movements. Merck followed suit, and Alara guided the flow, blending observation with careful action. At first, the energy was resistant, swirling unpredictably, as though testing their abilities. But slowly, the humans began to understand its rhythms. They coordinated with the aliens, synchronizing their focus with the pulses, adjusting patterns gently, and using intuition to anticipate shifts. The sphere responded, stabilizing incrementally with each careful adjustment. Dr. Chen laughed softly in amazement. "It's incredible. The planet is teaching us. Every movement we make, every thought we focus is part of the solution." Merck nodded, feeling the energy flow through him. "It's like nothing we've ever experienced. The planet isn't just alive, it's aware, and it trusts us to act correctly." "That's remarkable." Alara felt a surge of pride and humility. Humanity had come so far. They were not just observers or explorers, they were participants in the living story of this world. Their courage, creativity, and intelligence had earned recognition from a species far older and wiser than themselves. Hours passed as the humans and aliens worked together. The sphere's pulses became steady, harmonious, and radiant, spreading waves of calm energy throughout the central chamber. The chamber itself seemed to glow brighter, reflecting the restored balance across the planet. The aliens emitted tones of approval, a musical symphony that resonated in the humans' minds like a wave of triumph. Alara turned to her team. "We did it. Humanity has contributed directly to the well-being of an entire world. Not through force, not through domination, but through understanding, intelligence, and care." Dr. Chen smiled, tears of wonder in her eyes. "I never imagined anything like this. Humanity isn't just recognized, we are valued here. Merck added thoughtfully, and the planet, it's alive in a way that changes how we understand life itself. We're witnessing something extraordinary. This experience, it proves that humans can rise to challenges that require far more than strength. Alara looked at the taller alien which floated toward her, its glow pulsating warmly. She felt a rush of images and emotions, visions of the planet's network spreading across forests, cities, and energy flows, glimpses of humans working in harmony with aliens to maintain balance, and a deep acknowledgement, you are welcome here. You are part of the story. For the first time, Alara understood the full meaning of the aliens' trust. Humanity had demonstrated qualities that no technology or weapon could create: creativity, courage, intelligence, patience, and respect. These traits had earned them a place among a civilization far beyond Earth, and the planet itself had recognized their contribution. As the suns dipped toward the horizon, casting long, golden reflections across the chamber, the humans stepped back from the sphere. They felt the rhythm of the planet flowing smoothly, the energy stable, the nodes and the veil in perfect harmony. The aliens moved around them in celebration, emitting musical tones that filled the chamber with a soft, joyful resonance. Doctor, Chen whispered, we've helped more than one ecosystem, we've helped a living world itself. Merck nodded, eyes wide with awe, and they trust us. Humanity has earned that trust. That's incredible. Alara stepped forward, placing her hand gently on the sphere one last time. She felt a calm, deep energy wrap around her, filling her mind with understanding. She realized that humanity had proven something universal. Intelligence and courage are not measured by dominance, but by the ability to learn, to adapt, and to act with care. As night fell over the city, the aliens led the humans back to the central plaza. The stars appeared above, twinkling in the dark sky. The glowing city reflected the light, and the forest beyond shimmered with calm energy. The humans stood among the aliens, feeling the living pulse of the planet, knowing that they had become part of a story that stretched across centuries and stars. Alara looked at her team, feeling pride swell in her chest. We've shown that humans can rise to challenges with intelligence, courage, and respect. That's our place in the universe, not as conquerors, not as intruders, but as collaborators, as partners. The aliens responded with a chorus of musical tones, echoing across the plaza. In their minds, the humans felt the acknowledgement, the pride, and the hope of a civilization that had welcomed them. They had passed a test far greater than any physical challenge. They had proven that humanity could shine even in worlds far older and wiser than themselves. Doctor. Chen smiled softly. It's beautiful. Humanity has taken the first steps toward something much larger than exploration. We've connected, contributed, and earned a place among intelligent life. Merck nodded, glancing at the glowing forms of the aliens and the shimmering forest. And the planet, it's alive, aware, and intelligent. Our role isn't just observation, it's partnership. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us human. Alara turned to the taller alien, feeling the flow of energy resonate in her chest. We are grateful, she said softly, and we will continue to learn. We will continue to act with respect, care, and courage. The alien's glow intensified, and its tones filled the humans' minds with a message. You are worthy. You are part of this world. And together, we will continue to learn and grow. As the night deepened, the humans and aliens sat quietly in the plaza. The energy of the planet flowed gently around them, the city glowed softly, and the forest shimmered with calm life. The experience had changed the humans forever, showing them the true meaning of intelligence, courage, and collaboration. Alara gazed up at the stars and felt the weight of possibility. Humanity had arrived in a world far older and wiser than itself, and yet they had proven their worth. They had not conquered, they had contributed. They had not dominated, they had collaborated. And in doing so, they had earned recognition from a civilization beyond imagination. She whispered to herself, "This is only the beginning. Humanity has the chance to rise, to explore, to learn, and to shine. And now we have a place among the stars that no one can take away." The aliens floated around them in quiet harmony, their tones fading into soft musical echoes as the humans reflected on the journey. The city pulsed gently with life, the forests whispered with calm energy, and the stars above seemed to shine a little brighter. Humanity had arrived, and for the first time, the universe felt like a place where courage, creativity, and intelligence could leave a lasting mark. Alara, Dr. Chen, and Merck stood together, watching the twin suns set below the horizon. A new chapter had begun, not just for them but for humanity. They had proven that even in worlds far beyond their understanding, humans could rise, adapt, and shine. And as the night settled over the glowing city, the planet itself seemed to acknowledge them, a silent promise that their story, and humanity's story among the stars, was only just beginning.